Good evening, everybody. Welcome back, FSB Racing. Friday night, Winston Cup action, and I just got a stupid Norton pop up right in the middle of my racing screen. I'm your host, Sean Reap, and I thought I turned that stuff off.
No way.
Got my partner, Milt Minter Jr., joining me, as well as special guest in the booth, Slim Jim Gately, the professor.
I don't know. I'm sitting here in the virtual seat right now. I'm nervous because even though we're like across the country, I'm virtually sitting next to Slim Jim Gately. I'm like, if there was an FSB Hall of Fame, there would be a Hall of Famer. So I'm a little bit nervous right now.
No, you're just too kind, Milt. Too kind.
So we got the trips here tonight in the booth, and we're going to get some, action words from Slim that from being on the track recently, and I bet you're going to enjoy it.
Well, Slim's FSB's crew chief, too. He makes most of these setups that we use here on Friday nights, including this one, I believe, because this is a fairly recent addition.
No, I cannot take credit for this. Ryan brought this track over from whatever the other league he runs in.
Oh, we just copied the setup?
Yeah, it's their setup.
Okay. Well, it's a pretty stable one.
And that's how you work it. That's how you get to the point where this league has become because of those years of, teamwork,
Yeah, when he sent it to me, I checked it out. And, it just really was nothing else to do to it. It's a good setup, so no sense in messing with it.
And it's a quirky track, too. Now, the corners, they feel like they change radius at both ends of the track. You got that dog leg that's encased in walls on both sides. You hit that inside wall, you're going to hit the outside wall a ton, and that's going to be night over. That's how I ended my qualifying run on Tuesday.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before we went live about my last race here, me hitting that wall.
It is unforgiving. Well, we got the starting grid up there, and Chris Beckman on the pole. Good to see him back on a Friday night, picking up pretty much where he's left off before. You see him practicing pitting here.
He was fastest in practice and fastest in qualifying. Definitely on one tonight.
And he was the winner Tuesday night.
His teammate Rick Johnson is not here, so we'd like to see him, but
Jim Ray's still going to pick him, so there's that. So Chris was your Tuesday night chicken run winner. Here's Dave Ellens rocking the pink breast cancer awareness Cadillac there. And Dave Ellens, newest member of our admin team. We appreciate him stepping on to take on a backup admin role. He'll be running some dirt series in the off season coming up here in December.
Well, just talking to him, in-race reporter, great finishes, and just the times that I've talked to him, he seems like the kind of guy that could be definitely a great admin at FSB.
Absolutely, we're glad to have him. Very steady driver and steady personality, good even temper to balance out the hotheads like me and Slim, right?
That's right. He is a welcome addition to the team. We'll leave it at that, Sean.
No, Slim and I are both pretty level-headed too. I'm just joking. Most of the time.
Sometimes
anyway,
we get a little off.
Well, the thing is about the sacrifice these guys do, because they sign up for running a race every week, and they have to be there no matter what. If you're a driver, you don't have to be there, unless you're really fighting for a championship or you just want to be there every week. But the admin is dependent on and he sacrifices for that, he or she.
And there's our winner from last week at Indianapolis. We got Rick Castle rocking the Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey colors out there, getting some final practice in here. So Slim called dibs on the first first pick tonight.
So
have at it. Do your worst, man.
No kidding.
All right, so I've put a whole lot of thought in this, and would you like to guess who I'm going with?
I think I just centered the camera on him, which you're not going to see just yet on YouTube. Give it about 10, 15 seconds. Is it blue?
Is he like named Chris Beckman?
No, I figured you were going to go with Matt Watkins.
No,
so you're taking Beckman from the pole, huh?
Yeah, Chris is due. He needs to win on Friday night, and plus, he's a fellow Arkansan, and so I got to go with my brother.
Well, there you go. And he's, as noted before, he's the Tuesday night chicken run winner. He's the pole setter tonight. So Slim really going out on a limb there. I hope it doesn't snap out from under him. But yeah, taking Chris Beckman to back it up. Okay, that's a strong choice.
Who's next?
Yeah, well, why don't you go, Milty? As we take the grid here, you see our series admin Ryan Johnson first on the grid in the 59 car.
I'm going to go with the 19 car Matt Ace. I think he's also due, and see him top 5 every week now. You know, kind of held up a little bit and just chilled when he first got in the league. Now he's starting to feel himself and getting comfortable. 19 car.
Feel himself, huh? Okay. Thought this was a family
Killing
show.
in the building because he's feeling himself. Stop it, Melty. You're killing yourself.
Yeah, well, if you guys are just going to leave this chip on the board for me, I'm going with the GOAT. I'm going with Matt Watkins.
Why would
He's back there. He's third back on the outside row, but he can work his way forward.
Everybody's great picks, but I'm just telling you, my guy's going to win.
Drivers,
that's a strong choice. He's going to be hard to beat, especially after that Tuesday performance. Getting through the rest of the grid real quick, you got Jim Christopherson on the outside in the 40 car, Matt Ace, and the inside, Brian Johnson, outside row 2, Shane Wisman, Matt Watkins, Dave Jandry, Mark DeSenza, Mike Mallon, Jeff Hale in the Alborn car, number 29, 63 Jason Dulford, Dan Jones, 007, your top 12 qualifiers there. Looks like shotgun on the field is going to be Ken Hansen, taking the provision to get that pit stall at the end of pit road. Not a bad idea with a curved pit road like this.
We did have Dan Jones in here for a second, but I think we were too busy talking, all of us.
Yeah, he's popped in and out, yeah.
Tom Jackson has got, in the chat windows, got
Our teammate, Dan Jones, yeah. So Chris Beckman, our pole setter and first victim, Slim's pick, will lead us to the green here. We got 100 laps scheduled tonight here.
We're not
at
that
this
powerful.
Fictional quad oval. No, we're just not that lucky either.
Fictionally delicious here. Here we go. Green, green, green.
And that shot really gives you a good view of how severe the dogleg here is here at Hattiesburg. Turn one always treacherous at this track. Looks like everybody gets it sorted out. Oh, we got a car heading up toward... Oh, spinning in turn 3. Car around. Caution should be out.
Ken Hansen slowing down. Cars in front of him. Pops Markinson. A huge melee of cars around. Pops Markinson, Kevin Mays, DJ Sorrentino, Jason Dolfer.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the source of it now.
Wow.
The 51 spawn.
51, yep. I found it just now. All I could tell at the time from that spectator cam was that it was a black car. So here we are, lap 1 under caution already, unfortunately. We'll take a look here. It looks like he's getting in there ahead of...
This hasn't been... that's Dave Jandry, the veteran. Very rare for... This guy is one of the most solid drivers I've ever raced against, and that's a,
Adam Simonik got a heavy impact there. Yeah, Dave Jandry, it looks like he was looking to just take it easy going in turn 3, and then he got a car looking low on him, went in higher than he wanted to, and it just kind of sailed. So here's the onboard view from the 6 car. Let's see what he had in front of him, how little time to react. Just, the door closed up. He's trying to slow best he could, and the car is just pinched in around him. A tough break for the 6, who's had a solid season. Running top 5 in the points, and hey, look, Slim, you got Mama Gately joining you. for joining us in the chat.
I just sent her a text, told her I was in the booth, so that's probably why.
Excellent. Also, several cars torn up in that already, right off the bat. Not the way we were looking for the start here. I talked about how treacherous turn 1 is in the starts, but then they go and have a problem on the other end of the track. We'll see who can continue after that. Some heavy damage in there. This track it's fast enough, but to where aerodynamics will matter in the corners.
Well, it'll matter tremendously.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. A little bit of action close to home here. So, all good. Yeah, gunshots and helicopters, I guess. So my wife broke in there. Sorry if you guys heard that, but
no,
it's all good.
Nope, didn't hear anything.
You didn't? Well, now you know.
If I'd been looking, I might have seen, because I still have your Skype camera up in my left monitor.
I never heard it.
But...
Anyway,
Dan Jones got a
back to
piece
the
of
race
that one,
here.
too.
It was okay until the Ellen from behind.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how it usually goes. It's real hard for everybody to get woed up there in time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop down to my team real quick, see how bad they are. I'll be right back.
10-4.
So a lot of cars there missed the replays. What were we talking about as who's injured here?
Well, definitely Dave Jandry, Jeff Hale, Adam Simonek. Got a piece of that. Let's take a look at it, see who all got into it. We'll watch it here centered on Jeff Hale.
Dave Ellens, I think.
You can really see how sudden that move was from 3 to get underneath Dave Jandry, and it just must have spooked him a little bit.
It's funny,
from
we
this
were
angle.
like 5 wide, all saying, okay, which way should we go?
Yeah, so there's Dave
He
Jandry,
might have
that's
took
right in
the
front
air
of
off
the
him a little
29.
bit there and also spooked him. Yeah, I would agree, because a veteran like Dave has got one eye on that rear view mirror, see what the 3's going to do, and that can spook you. The 3 held his line. He made a great move there and stuck it down there, but it did. I would agree that was a spook moment there.
On the first lap, yep.
Yeah, a little
And
more
so,
aggressive than Dave was looking for.
I think there was a few people, there's inside and outside racing right in lap 1. Maybe we should have gave it a little more give and take, because it is a hard track to pass on.
Somebody came blasting into the 6 car. Adam Simonek, definitely, or Simonek, yeah, that's right. Adam Simonek, sorry that I got a buzz already here.
So Dan, how was your car
Adam
after
got
that?
the memo there, I don't know.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
He came blasting in there. That did not help. The other cars were slowing down, trying to make it happen.
Yeah, we were just doing little nudges here and there.
I'll leave it at that. But Adam came blasting in there, dude.
Yeah, there's only so much you could do in that spot. You can't slam the brakes because you'll go spinning.
Well, and that's the thing. And I ain't judging, because I've been in that same situation and had brain freeze, because
Absolutely.
and you're like, why didn't I hit the brakes? I've been there, done that. Any way you can screw up, I can definitely attest. I got 250 some odd wins in this league, but I bet you I got 700 losses.
No, easily. We're back on the green here on lap 6. Got
There we
Quinn
go.
Combs cheering for.
Reset.
So, checker flag racing teammates of mine, DJ, he was involved in it. He had no damage. Jeff had pretty significant damage, and he said it was about a 30-second pit stop. So he's probably going to have to struggle a little bit for the rest of the race.
Wait, did the 19 just hit the inside?
Mama Gately in the house listening to her son, the broadcaster.
Well,
Great.
I'll do my best, Mom.
Don't get nervous now.
Yeah, don't call me a broadcaster. I don't think that word fits.
Queen Combs in the house. Nice to see you. Buckville, pretty pleasure to hear you guys on Friday night. Thank you.
Yeah, Quincombe's cheering for the 3, no doubt, being in another Amsterdam area boy. Mr. Mark DeSenza.
We'll have to see what these damaged cars do. Let's move towards the front there. Bill 007 fighting with Steve Weber, trying to get into that top 10. 007 car looks pretty good.
The battle right now is the 19 and the 34. Oh, a little nudge there. 19 slides up the track. Matt Ace hangs on to it, though. And that'll also let the 15 of Matt Watkins by. Wisman and Ace are going at it for several laps there, side by side, the 2 yellow cars.
God, you can hear a tire squeal. These guys are going at it right here.
And tires will definitely factor into it here. You can wear them out pretty good. You know, Mark DeSenza
Mike
is...
Castle, the guy that you focused on, thinking that was going to be Slim's pick, and it was not. But
no, I was on Matt.
And after the race, hanging out, having some beers there with the 124 after stimulated after the race. Just such a neat guy, man. Kind of guy is just, I want to meet this guy, you know.
No, I thought he was going to take Matt Watkins. That's who I was on.
I thought about it.
Okay, I must have been delayed there, but
Yep, I said there would be about a 15-second delay there.
Mike Mellon in the 24 definitely
He's on the move
really
here.
good, great qualifying last week. Didn't really pan out, but this week solidly in the top 10. Got skills.
He's chewing on the bumper, Ryan Johnson here, after Ryan let his teammate Mark DeSenza go. And he gets a little distance there.
No
Behind him, the
grace,
aforementioned
the
Will
planner's
Castle.
car all over the back of Mr. Matt Watkins. That's a guy you want to follow, because somehow the 15 always finds his way to the front.
I think he's taking it easy. He's taking it easy because he had to have let Shane Wisman go. He was behind him a couple laps ago after having that battle with Matt Ace.
When you drive against the 15, you're always like thinking, wow, I passed him. Should I have done that?
Exactly.
He's got a reason for everything he does.
Exactly.
You really question yourself, like you said, when you pass it.
Did
There's
I make
two
a
guys.
mistake?
These 2 guys, if I pass in the first 10 laps of a run, I stop and reevaluate my life. And that is Matt Watkins and Rick Johnson. If I'm passing them on fresh tires, I have to stop and think, okay, should I be going this fast? Or should I just let them back on by and follow them? Yeah, exactly. Have I fallen into his trap?
At me while I'm going by him?
The thing about Watkins is his intensity. You know, I've told this story 100 times, but when we did, FSB Grand Touring prototype racing, and we got him on our team, and he was sending me replays going, I'm not as fast as you, I don't understand. Could you watch my replay? And I watched this replay, and I seen this guy drive a Grand Touring prototype car sideways around every corner at Le Mans. That's an 8.4 and haul ass down the straightaways. I was like, are you kidding me? I think that's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, but you realize it's not drifting, right, Matt?
Just the talent is the hand speed. Guys have different kinds of driving. The way they hold the wheel, what kind of wheel they have, the position of their hands, and also, speed, quickness. Matt Watkins Matt usually gets sideways at least one time a race just to wake himself up.
Yeah, here's a little bit of history on Matt. I raced him back in the early 2000s in his very beginnings, and just kind of compare him to what we saw with Kyle Busch, how Kyle Busch was in his very beginning. He was reckless, he was a danger on the track, and you just never knew what he was going to do. And then he developed into just one of the greatest of all time, and that's Matt in a nutshell right there.
Yep.
Yeah, and he'd be the first one to admit that, too.
Yeah, Kyle Busch would have, who knows how many more wins and championships if he had just, chilled out in his earlier days just a little bit.
That dude has so much talent. But I say, when I look at Matt out there, I say Matt's in his prime in this game.
Absolutely.
Me, I've had my prime. I'm just trying to stay up with guys like him, and it's very difficult for me to do anymore.
Well, to see you get that championship last year, after all the times you could have had one and you just didn't run all the races, to finally see you sit down and run the races and get that championship was special,
Well, it definitely was special. I mean, if in this league, if you win a championship, this is probably the premier championship right here.
Absolutely. This is the crown jewel, in my opinion. I mean, we got the Pro Cup. That's pretty prestigious, too. But Friday night, under the lights, it's just something different about it.
Those cars you better hold on to your lunch. So we're looking here at the top 7 here. Ryan Johnson was out of the mix for a minute, but he caught back up to the 3 car. So you're looking at a 7-pack here. What are we looking at for pit stops?
That is a good question.
What's the distance on this track again?
1.2.
I didn't really do my homework here.
You know what? I'm glad, because neither did I.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know that
1.5. We're talking 34 to 36 laps, so you're probably thinking like 30 to 32 here, guys.
I'm thinking you're going to run out of tires before you run out of fuel, though.
Yeah,
Let's
probably.
look at the lap times here. As Rick Castle the 24 gets in the wall, just a hair there, just a little scrape. His 24 Mike Mallon last lap 32.1. 4-1, best lap 31.3. So, and he got sideways again, and he goes through the kink there. There's a battle with him and Rick Castle, and here comes Dave Ellens, I believe.
Yeah, that pink Cadillac's been on the move. Meanwhile, this battle back here of the damaged cars is getting pretty hot and heavy too. All 4 of these cars are involved in that lap 1 wreck.
4 laps, so they got a ways to go. Or got to decide. So as a driver, Slim, obviously you can do the math, 25, 50, 75, 100. But is that the actual minimum you want to go into?
Yeah, I think they might be able to make it to lap 50. I think Webb had extended the distance on Tuesday to make sure we'd have a pit stop.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Oh, so they can go... yeah,
they can go at least
my
40.
math was backwards. My bad. I was thinking less instead of more. Just shorter track.
Yeah.
It should be
It's
more.
0.3 miles less than a 1.5 miler where you can go standard 32
yeah,
on.
absolutely. I'm a Tyler man. I'm not supposed to do that. Make a mistake, you got to tear stuff out.
Meanwhile, you see 50 on the move. He's about to put himself in the second.
That's what he do.
So yeah, as he puts, looks like Jim Christopherson's starting to lose the tires here, as he got Shane Wisman also working on him.
Yeah, and he's working on Chris Beckman now.
Big green flag run. This is what we want to see. Wisman, man, God, these guys are all so good. They're all,
Jeff Hale hitting pit road right
breathing
now on
down
lap
everybody's
25.
neck for a win. You know,
He's
they want to
scooting
win
down
on
pit road.
Friday night. They are
He's
hard
not
to
even
get.
trying to make pit road speed there, so he's probably just retiring it.
Yeah, I think he's tired of driving a beat up car.
Yeah, so as we alluded to earlier, Matt Watkins going backwards meant that he was saving something, and he's showing everybody what he saved now. Yeah, Jeff Hale has retired and withdrawn the 29 car. Tide Ride is out for the night.
Sorry for Jeff. Couple nice podium recently here on the post race on Friday night. Jeff is still, talk about Jeff Slim. You guys are tight, man.
Well, yeah, he's another guy that I have known extremely long time. Pretty much, well, we go back to MROL, which was called Millennium Racing Online, which was the very first, one of the very first leagues I ever was part of. And so I've been knowing Jeff since like 04, 05, somewhere in there. And we've been teammates for the most part all of that time. So him and I we're like brothers from another mother. We've never met in real life, but we're just real good buds, man. We've been through a lot over the years racing.
A lot of us the same story. Across the country, sim racing. You never get. I've been lucky to meet actually a lot of guys that I've raced with, or some. That is totally special.
In real life, he's a heating and air guy. He's been doing it about 20 years or so.
41 car of Beckman seems to be struggling. He caught a little bit of wall and back and forth there. He's a veteran. He's gotten it right back in line.
Matt Ace has come back to life here too. Matt Ace chewing on the 34's bumper here. So yeah, that was your pick, and he's looking pretty strong out there.
Yeah, Matt is due. I've been watching and seeing the progression of, his level of comfort in the league is, and obviously he's in a good place to practice and be ready for these races, and it's starting to show. Taking a look at Whisper.
And Matt Ace taking a look here. Yeah, he thinks better of it going into one or three.
They're due to break through. But can you beat that 15 guy? He's just, like Slim said, he's just in the best state of his sim racing career.
Anyway,
it's like a Tom Brady. Everything comes to him. He just sees it before it happens.
So I did the napkin math, only I used Android, not a napkin. And so a 1.2 mile track should use fuel. You'd expect it to be about 80% of the consumption of a 1.5 based on the length. So I'm thinking they get about 40 to 44 laps on a tank here. So I think in about 8 to 10, 12 laps here, we're going to start seeing pit stops.
I'm going to go find out. I'll be right back.
10-4.
He's going to run down to the team channel there and get some inside info of what they're going to do.
The car on the move we haven't talked a whole lot about there. You see the 59 of Ryan Johnson. Center frame now. Right behind Chris Beckman. Looking to move himself up into fourth here. He's already in the top 5 here, having passed his teammate Mark DeSenza. Remember, Mark was charging hard on the start, and he used up some of that stuff. And now he's starting to go back. So there's that tire wear, ebb and flow like we were talking about. Comers and goers.
In the 32.3 range. That's over a second slower, but it's still faster than the competition there. P2, Matt Ace, He's been dealing with battling with the getting by, and he has got by the Shane Wistman. So,
All right, so on the fuel, Mark said he had about 11 laps to go on fuel. I see him pitting now.
okay, let's
but they
do the math.
they can do about 42, 43 laps on fuel. What Ryan told me.
That's about what my
would
math
take
worked
us
out to.
47 laps.
Don't forget they had some caution laps to pad that out.
Right, that's why I was thinking 45, 46, but then Ryan, that's what Ryan said. Yeah, Mark's already on the pit road.
Pitting, the 41 is pitting, the 3 is pitting. Box, as they say.
41 pitting, I see him.
Yep. Looking at 2 pit stops if it stays green. That's probably a good call right there.
Yeah, exactly. You do 33, 33, 34 to get the 100 laps there on your runs.
Yeah, either way, you're going to have to get 2 no matter what you do. So,
well, this is the long run, really.
Unless you want to stay out and hope that caution comes out. Yeah.
All right, 3's on his way back on the track.
But then you got to worry about the undercut.
Yeah, we'll watch Chris Beckman get his service here. That's the best angle I can get of it.
41 team.
Now, we saw Ken Hansen leaving pit road twice, telling me he probably had a penalty of some sort for Ken Hansen in the Coors beer can there. He finds himself multiple laps down now. It was 2 last time I saw it come by the ticker. Actually, 3 laps now.
The beer can is crushed.
The 61 car get damaged. 61's not
winner
out there.
This year, not going to be tonight.
Yeah, Don R is asking about the 61. We don't have a 61 currently. Are you talking 51 or the 63?
Yeah, I think he's talking about Dave January in the 51.
Yeah, 51 definitely got damaged. He was right there at the epicenter. Here comes Matt Ace pulling in. Nope. He got faked out because he was going around Ken Hansen. But we do have
86. Watkins.
We do have Matt Watkins.
Matt Watkins, the goat of pitting, also.
Oh, Mike Mallon's up on the wall.
Checker of records.
Mike Mallon in the wall, but we are still green.
When you get an opportunity to go back to lap 30 and watch the 9, when he went to go off the track, he smacked the outside wall and he came down and he wrecked a little bit, and then I guess he probably didn't get his damage fixed, or I'm not sure.
Now we got pit road crazy here. We didn't talk about this pit road, Slim. How difficult it is to get in the pit road here.
It's very difficult, and I was watching the 9 after he came out of his pits after that. On the first time he went in, he was up to almost 50 mile an hour and he slowed down, so I guarantee he got a speeding penalty.
Matt Watkins out of pit road. Cars behind him, side by side. Was that a penalty for Matt? Because he's showing P13 already.
Oh, some problems here with the 07 and the 83 trying to get around each other.
How did they get through that? I'm a little confused. Watkins going backwards on the rain order, or maybe this is just I get confused a lot. So.
Don't forget he's going to go down because we're in a pit cycle.
How about we let it cycle through? How about
exactly, let it cycle through. Unless we get a caution, then it's just going to throw everything. All right, Dan Jones service.
He looks like he's
down
in
the way.
order there. And how about the 3 car, the much maligned
63 Jason Dulfer hitting pit road again.
We always bag on the 3 about his pit stops, and he's going by the 41. What the heck is going on?
He was the first one on pit road, so he's going to be faster for a little longer. Matt Ace is still out there, though. Matt Ace has got most of this field lap down. He's going to go the distance, I'm assuming, that Slim was talking about here.
So now they're P6 and forward. Look, that's a veteran, smart move there by Beckman. Don't fight it. He's raced the 3 along. Slim. Talk about the 3. Your teammate, great driver. That guy is a bull. Grabs the bull by the horns.
I can't count how many times he'll come in and he'll be complaining about how he sucks at this particular track wherever we're at, and every time he does that, he winds up winning.
And,
here we're about to see the difference.
Nomenclature here is that his weakness is the pit stops. When he nails those, you better watch out.
I was talking to him in practice before this race tonight, and he's talking about.
Oh, Mike Mellon's slideways. He saves it right in front of the leader. Wow, what a save for the 24 car there. You can go ahead and say it, Milty.
Mustard's off the hot dog.
Oh, that's a sticker pecker moment if I ever saw one.
Moment. Yeah, absolutely.
And so now I got the 2.
Sticker is pecker right there, definitely. And that's what happens, especially when you got the leaders coming through here. Don't know what happened to Mellon in 24 there on the pit exchange. Don R. talking about the 63 car, so he's talking about
Jason Dulfer. Yeah, Jason Dulfer. He was asking if he got damaged in the early accident, and I think he did.
He definitely was in the wreck. Yeah,
he was in it, but he didn't get a very heavy impact. So I think he's probably okay.
Yeah, the sim is fickle sometimes, and you get lucky, and sometimes you don't. And
sometimes it's lenient, and sometimes you just barely skim a car, but their wheels off the ground. So
it's
gone.
Imperfect, but nothing is perfect. Show me something you say is perfect, I'll show you something that's not.
So yeah, I was trying to point out.
Pretty damn good.
I was trying to point out before the difference there
driving in their
between
all over the United States and wherever else everybody is at with the internet running at the speed of light, and in their view, they're racing the guy like that car was right next to them. And let's get some in-car here.
So I was trying to point out before the difference there between the Matt Watkins pitting early along with Mark DeSenza, and then Matt Ace running it out there. So you got Matt Watkins back to the lead there, and he is almost 10 seconds up on Matt Ace, who stayed out as long as he could before coming in.
Yeah, and unless a caution comes out, it's not good.
And I think he was banking on the caution, to be honest. And that's not a bad bet. I mean, a lot of times pit cycles breed cautions.
It's true, but this does seem to have a green feel to it right now.
It definitely feels green, as we got Chris Beckman coming back to life here, looking to make a move on the 3 car of Mark DeSenza. And it looks like Mark's just going to let him go here through the dog leg. He knows you don't want to be side by side there for long. Going to bring Jim Christopherson with him. Wait, Mike Mallon's got his hands full with that number 24 Seinfeld machine. Yeah, let's get on board with Chris Beckman as he chases down our leader here. There we go. All right, there's your onboard Milty.
Telling me these guys can make it on one more shot or 2?
One more.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, they can definitely make one more stop from here. And they break it up basically into runs of 34, 33, 33 to get your 100 laps.
Okay, so Mallon blowed the tire there in 24. That's how he got down. Tough luck for him, man. Telling you, better watch the 24 though. He's got skill.
We see the 40 slips by Chris Beckman there into second place. Anyway, I'm going to step aside and get myself a drink. Here's your in-car setup, Milty. We're on board with the Buttermobile.
The Butterman.
Yeah, let's see if we can walk through a little bit this here. what it's like in the cockpit. If I can ever find it, there we go. Live. All right, so turn 1 right here, I think. You feather the gas right there. Try to plant the nose of the car into the ground. Tracks like this and smaller, always a big problem for me until I hooked up with Slim Jim Gately, and I went to his Slim Jim Gately Sunday night classes.
Yeah, it used to be called the Sunday night rookie class.
You walked me through stuff, and I got a sportsman win, and that's what it was called back then, which was the Monday night race, practice for Pro Cup, and at Bristol, and I never thought I would get a win at that track.
You were a believer in that, right?
Absolutely. And then I got one at Martinsville.
Yep. This, running this place here.
Because you walked me through it.
when you go into turn 1 at this track, it's similar, kind of sort of similar to Martinsville, because you want to brake very slightly. You brake a little harder at Martinsville, but you got to carry the momentum down through the turn. If you lose too much on your entry, then it's just going to screw you from the center off, and it's really going to kill your lap time. So in that sense, I kind of compare it to Martinsville.
So walk us through this hit car right here with Beckman here.
Let me see. I'm watching it on my phone, and it's really hard to tell what he's got going. So let me see where he's at. All right, he just passed the dog leg and start-finish line. All right, so anyway, he's coming up here in turn 1. He's going to completely come out of the throttle, and he might touch the brake a little bit. He's going to immediately get right back into the throttle, back off a little bit to come off of turn 2, and then back in it fully. As you're coming through here, down into turn 3, you're going to brake fairly hard, and then you got to have that momentum to carry you through. You're going to let it slide out just a little bit, and then try to catch that low line apron coming off the turn. And then, everybody's kind of different as far as when they go by the wall, the wall right there to start finish.
Yeah.
Some like to get close to it, like I did the last time. I think I got a little too close to it. But
I think I remember that.
I definitely do. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a pretty cool little track though. And for those who don't know, this is not a real life track. This is a fictional track.
Probably looking at somewhere around lap 75, maybe, or somewhere around the 70s. We're going to try to pit again, which is amazing because this race smells like green flag. Looks like green flag, one caution, pro racers, but you never know.
Yeah.
They could.
I'm gonna say right around 70 to 72, probably.
That far. Reason that line flat out. Watkins has got company here. As the helicopters fly over, there's definitely action where I live. Fortunately, it's not me,
I see the 3 was in second not too long ago. I see he slipped back to 5th, and he's falling back.
And the highwayman, Christopherson, trying to take a look at the goat here. Well, years of racing against Matt Watkins. Very hard to get around him. He's in the lead. And I've experienced the same thing racing you.
Ken
One of the
Hansen down pit road
funnest
again.
races I ever had was the truck race against you at Kentucky. We were first and second the entire race, pit stops, everything. I never could not see you, and I could never pass you.
That was the plan.
This
Yeah,
guy's
I've
bound to make a mistake. Negative.
yeah, and I've done that with Matt. I don't know how many hundreds of races I've been in with him, and
Exactly.
it's it happens. You'll get a mistake here and there, but and if you're not there to capitalize on it, you can forget it. He's probably not going to give you a second one.
Watkins outright average pace. Great. And thing is when you're this close like Christopherson, odds are that the leader is going to get the best opportunities to pass the lappers. And you have to deal with that. Maybe you'll get lucky and get a shot, but most of the time they're seeing the first guy coming. They know they're hearing in their speaker monitor's telling them leader's coming.
Here comes later.
Here comes the leader. The second guy usually gets the chili dog.
So we're looking at lap times that are about a second slower than when they come out of the pits from the last stop. So that's a pretty good slowdown.
And we're inside the window now, where we're going to start seeing
Exactly.
seeing the final pit stops.
70 72 is his estimate.
Yeah, but we're inside the window where you can make it.
Yeah, they can make it now. I just figured it'd be right around 70 is when they'd start.
I'm thinking
going in.
69 to 70 is when we're going to see them, yeah.
Yep.
Once again, I'm going to focus on the 40 car here and see. When you race against Matt Watkins, you also know the legend of the Matt Watkins pit stop. So, as a driver, what do?
You hope you can beat him. That's all you can do. Dude's one of the best in the business,
But the main thing is not beating yourself. You have to execute the stop, make it happen, and be clean, and hope that he, makes a mistake, which he does occasionally. But if you get it in your mind trying to, I'm going to charge the corner a little bit more than you're used to, and the entrance, you might throw your race away.
Yeah, green flag pitting is probably the hardest thing to do in what we do, because you have to be spot on, and you have to get every ounce of everything you can get going in. You got to try to maintain perfect speed going through pit road, and then get out of your pits as quick as possible. And it's just so difficult to do and not have a problem,
Well, you've seen the guys pre-race in the practice. They were practicing pit stops as much as they were practicing driving on the track.
Yeah, and you better because you don't want to get caught in one of the races here in this league in a green flag pit stop and not be prepared.
Looks like Chris Beckman and Ryan Johnson are your first takers here.
Nothing on the scanner. Yes, there it is. 41, Ryan Johnson. Box, box, box.
See, I got the pit road camera on the inside there. That's where I saw those two sneaking in.
Focusing on the 15 and the 40. 40 is all over the 15. He's got to be wondering when he's going to pit.
There we are, the yellow flag.
No way.
Flag.
We have 10 laps, 9 laps to go. Some people had 5.
Oh, man.
Caution is out, and that
just screwed. Everything. Oh, that just screwed the 41 and the 59.
Ouch. That hurt.
Ryan Johnson. Usually, where did he come from? He was definitely going to try the undercut there, and pit a lap or two earlier than everybody else, and then get that fresh tire squeeze, and that did not happen.
Oh no! And to make
Tough
matters
luck.
worse, it's just a blown engine. It's a blown engine for the 9. Oil on the track.
Wow.
Well, what have we seen? Pro racers at a difficult track.
He's
One
been limping
caution,
around.
just
Yeah.
getting it on here, and
He's been limping around, and here it is. It just gave up the
wow.
ghost and the dog leg.
That's what the fans want to see.
Boom. Yeah,
All right,
tough break for the early favorites there. See, there was Chris Beckman on pit road as that engine expired.
Well. The 15 car of Matt Watkins in the 40 of the highwayman, Jim Christopherson, nose to tail. Christopherson, not intimidated by the 15. He has definitely been driving him hard, clean and hard. He's got wins already, but he's still going against the goat and all over him like a wet sweater. Watkins pits early, 40 goes around, goes into the front stall.
Both of them hit their mark.
Both great. Look, exactly. We know how hard that is. Watkins out.
Just like they went
out.
in. Just like they went in.
Watkins in first place. Christopherson in second. Excellent execution.
Well, I can tell you now they're gonna be running hard when we go back green, and
we're playing around.
Yeah, we're
Watkins
probably going
playing around a little right there, going under the cone there. He's being a little playful right there, but they guarantee you he'll be gritting his teeth and grabbing that wheel like he's going to take his neck off.
He was probably trying to give Christopherson some false hope that maybe the 15 had incurred a penalty on that pit stop.
Maybe.
No such luck.
A little bit of playfulness. Why has Matt Watkins done this for all these years? Look, I'm trying to get him to come and run a little bit with us, you know. His talent level is rough. I think he'd be a great road racer, but, you know, that hasn't happened, so I might have to throw some money out there.
Recar
my
has
computer's
retired.
pretty old. I might need Matt to build me another one. He built this one for me, so
Maybe
it's
Slim
been about
can tell us
7
what
years.
happened to Mark DeCenzo.
So right now we're
Not
showing
really sure.
enough fuel to finish this one.
Yeah, I figured he would be. That makes sense. I mean, everybody was about to make their
27
final stop.
laps.
Anybody
Comes to
want to
26.
anybody want to take bets on whether or not we'll have another caution?
Oh, there's gonna,
Well,
yeah.
you know, Slim.
I think it's
You've
it's
been
inevitable.
out there. You know these.
They're fixing to get down and dirty, so
They're
I'm looking for another caution.
Yep. It's
What do you
going
mean?
to get
We're not going to be all friendly.
And I don't think so. I think friendly went out the window.
That's for soccer games, man. There's no friendlies in sim racing.
Is that you, Dan?
That's me, Slim. How you doing, bud?
Good, man. I saw a stop
Pace car.
like a time or two back that you got into the 124 on pit road.
Yes, I touched him a bit. Did I cause damage to him?
I don't think so, but I just happened to catch that.
Yeah, I was trying to watch the car in front of me, not watching where I was going.
I got you.
I kind of magnet towards the 124 for some reason.
All right, we're at the one to go here. This should be good.
I don't know what happened to Mark DeCenzo. He made his pit stop under yellow there, sat for a while, and then just retired.
He probably fell asleep. You know, he's kind of old.
Shots fired, Mark. Shots fired.
Wow.
You should hear
3
the
hours
team.
ahead of where we're at. So it's,
You should hear us in team.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
We're ruthless.
Yeah, I thought my pit was in front of Rick Castle, and then I realized,
well,
Well,
that's the thing as a driver. As things get jumbled up, you forget who's supposed to go where.
So I had an incident with him a few races back, and the last person I wanted to touch was Rick Castle.
It seems to always happen like that, don't it?
Yeah.
It does, you know, and it's. I mean,
Hey, we
a
got
lot of green
some.
flag racing, a lot of different changes. In your
We
mind,
got
you always try to line up in your
There we go.
head.
We got some tail
we got
enders.
pace car about to, pace
Jim Ray,
car
Jim
about
Ray said,
to turn
Slim's
off,
calling people old.
and
Question mark.
trying to explain here that the cars in front on the top line there, the 59 and the 41, so Chris Beckman in the 41, Ryan Johnson 59, those are the cars that were trapped a lap down by that yellow flag coming out while they were in the pits, and they are starting this one tail end, and so they need to stay in front of Matt Watkins
They're hoping for
at all costs. They're the ones that have to run balls out right now.
Yep,
Everybody
they're
else
the
still
ones.
has to save at least a little bit to try and make it if this goes green all the way. So that's the only thing they got going for them is that they can hang it out there to try and stay in front of Matt.
Oh, I hear tires screeching. These guys are pushing on with cold tires here.
We have a
And caution! There it is. Cautions breed cautions, much to the relief.
Just like Slim said. Stuff getting real right now.
Much to the relief of Chris Beckman and Ryan Johnson.
Absolutely. That's what you need. You need a break. You know, get me back on that lead lap.
Trying to find the source of it, and oh, I think I did.
I promise I won't screw up again.
Shane Weissman. Somebody self-spinning.
It happened
Well,
right there with the 63, I think, is kind of where it began.
the 63 goes in, pushes up, Wispin reacts,
Dolpher
he gets
was involved
loose.
in that early melee, and then the first caution, and we don't really know how much damage he got, but he's been fighting ever since.
Man, a few cars piled in there. Dave Ellens just had nowhere to go. We'll watch it from on board
What
the
could the
115.
40 do with the 15? I mean, this guy gets in the lead, and it's over.
I know. Now we're fighting for second.
It's just like, you know, Matt Ace, my pick, only in third there, but he's got lappers ahead of him. No 10-lap rule yet, so he's going to have to deal with them.
And the two cars that were tailing to the lead lap, they are now back on the lead lap.
Dan Jones in that early melee also, but up to P4 now. Great run.
Now, a big question is, who's all
No
going
time
down
to
pit
die,
road?
Mr. Bond.
I think I would go in for tires at this point because those guys that just got their lap back, you know they're going to.
Yeah, I got hardly anywhere on these ones.
From the front or from the back?
I don't know. I mean, this track chews up tires pretty good. So we still had 23 laps to go. We'll probably have 21 when we go green.
You think there might be another caution?
Thinking so.
I'm thinking probably
That's
will.
what you're thinking. That's why you're saying that. You don't miss much. That's, you know, pit now and stay out later. These guys are
It's going to be a hard chore
they
to get
want to
from.
win on Friday night.
Or
it's
you just wait to see what Matt does and you follow him.
Yeah, so as we noted before, Chris Beckman and Ryan Johnson back on the lead lap the
Still
old-fashioned
on
way.
his time.
Meanwhile, the 63 of Jason
Yeah.
Dulfer picks up the lucky dog here, so he'll also be back on the lead lap, and that'll give us
Beltism.
13 cars, I believe, on the lead lap.
Yeah, you know, the meltisms there. What's that, Tom?
It's just going to be 12. Okay, so he's already... Yeah, so Dulfer's in 12th right now. He will be your lucky dog recipient, free pass, whatever you want to call it. So we'll have a nice even dozen on the lead lap when we go back to green here in a lap or two.
Gentlemen, thanks broadcast. Just want to say thank you and congratulations on broadcast number 150.
Oh, thanks, Shane.
It is, yeah. We got that text from Sam this week. Are you kidding me? 150 broadcasts, crazy.
Yeah, tough luck.
Thanks, Shane.
I hadn't counted.
Yeah, great race. You're gonna get one of these.
Yeah, you were on the move
Yeah,
tonight. So you just
Yeah,
got
it's
caught up
tough
in
when
the
you're
bad
riding around
spot.
on the edge there, and I saw where the car in front of me had to check up, and it made me check up, and then we load those front tires, the back end comes around pretty quickly. But just want to give a shout out to my granny Dot. She's not doing so well, but she's been tuning in here the last couple weeks, and so
Awesome.
God
shout out to
bless you,
her.
Hey,
Dots.
Granny, we love you.
Yeah, definitely saying hi to Granny
Thank
Dot
you
there
for
for you.
watching.
All right, thanks guys. Have a good night.
And thanks, Shane.
Okay.
And we got lights off on the FSB pace car. Adam Simonik lining up on the inside in the 6 car. First car lap down
Okay,
there.
so the lap cars are out of the way here. They're down
No, they're
low,
not.
but
Yeah,
No, they're not either.
22 laps to go. 21 when
yeah,
we come to
we're
the
not inside 10 to go.
I'm the inside car. I'm getting out of the way at this point. It's just, my race is, I had a chance. If I get a good start and I can get a lap back and earn it, and my car is good, then it's different. I don't want to be that guy.
Now, you never want to be that guy.
So we're going to take this one with 21 to go here.
Bad ace, solid. That's why I picked him. Really getting in his zone here. Let's see how this goes. Every time, Slim, talk about this. Every time you have these restarts, you have to bring it again, right? You have a little bit of breath, and then you got to bring the chili here.
Yep, and it's really close racing, and you're just on the edge, and it's so easy to screw up, make a mistake,
And every time the car feels a little bit different, weather could change, the physics of the track, but mostly yourself. How do you attack these first few laps?
It just you go balls to the wall, man. You just hope it all goes well. I don't really know how else to put it.
Eloquent.
You just go get it.
See, these guys are getting it on now. Let's see what the lap times are here. They're gonna be pushing. Oh, the 40 against the wall. A little bit of lap tap there.
And caution, once again. Caution on the speedway.
31.9 for Watkins. 1.5 tenths of his fastest lap, so he was getting busy, and they all were. Christopherson, same thing.
So what do you think, Sean? You think anybody's going to pit, or you think Matt, the guys up front, you think they're just going to ride it out?
And those first 3 spots are not where I want to be right now making that decision. I think Dan's in the catbird seat in terms of making that choice. I think those 2 get hung out and everybody pits behind them.
Caitlin Renner rooting for the 124. Rick Castle, once again, right in the mix. Dude just knows how to find himself in the top 5 every week.
Let's see the 59.
Anyway.
It's the only taker I see.
Well, here's the source of our caution. We got Pops Margerson in the 99, the 24 Mike Mallon with Ryan Johnson to the inside there, going into the back. Pops dropped down to make the pass and then slid up and locked him up, and poor Dave Ellens has hit everything with the lottery tonight. Dave Ellens, that pink Cadillac, gets a piece of it. I think I stole that one from Mike Joy or Bob Jenkins, one of those gold guys back in the day. I was watching a Busch race, and Bob Dodder just kept getting into everything. It was like North Wilkesboro or a short track, and he's like, "Oh, and who gets into it but Bobby? I've hit everything but the lottery today, Dodder."
Mike Joy, great. I did have a chance to meet him once, but Monterey Motorsports reunion. But he was about to get in the race car.
Yeah.
So he was not. I took one look at his face, and I could tell he
Yeah,
didn't
you
want to
know that
talk to
look.
nobody.
And yeah, that's something a
And
lot
I
of people don't know
respected
about.
that because my dad was a real racer. Obviously, everyone knows that. So
That's
I
something a
knew
lot of people.
that look. I knew that look. It's like, leave me alone. I got to get my head. I got to, really expensive piece of machinery I'm about to drive and not crash.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people don't know about Mike Joy is that he does this. He gets out there and he races sports
Oh,
cars.
absolutely. Can't remember what car he had. It was a whirlwind of just.
He's the announcer, right, Mike Joy?
Yeah, but he also races
Fox.
Trans Am.
Right.
Yeah, he's an experienced road racer.
Yeah,
and races
absolutely.
historics now.
And I was there, and I watched his face, and he was like, "Don't talk to me."
Oh yeah. There's you know that look
I
when
get
someone
it.
some people are chatty. Before they compete, some people
Yeah.
are stoic.
I remember my dad 5 minutes to go on the grid and talking about when we get back Monday morning, Melty, you need to mow the lawn. 5 minutes, and he's like, okay, and then I would watch his face just like change. All right, you got to go, and he would just go into like focus mode. Some people could do that, some can't, but I definitely remember that. About to get into a 700 horsepower Pontiac.
Well, Dan, you're sitting there fourth.
I'll be right
How the
back.
heck did you find your way up there, Mister? Where did he come from tonight? Is you?
It's unreal. I hope I can maintain tonight.
You got
Happy
Webb
to just
behind you there.
Yeah.
Chris Beckman sitting seventh there, making up some of that lost ground, getting trapped on the pit stop.
We still got lappers on the inside, so
Yep.
Yeah, we're still outside 10 to go.
Yep.
And see if we caught a Lucky Dog this time. Lucky Dog should be
86.
the 86 of DJ Sorrentino. Last time it was the 63 of Jason Dulfer. So we're going to have Lucky 13 back on the lead lap. Yeah, Chris Beckman, if anybody can cut through the field, it's him. He's shown the speed around this place already. He's just got a uphill battle behind Rick Castle there. As we noted, there is Land O'Lakes. But he's got Ryan Johnson along for the ride with him. Ryan's got the freshest tires in the field, as far as we know.
By the way, DJ is the newest member of Checker Flag Racing. He is my new teammate. I just met him a few weeks ago, and he's fitting right in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's making a comeback after being away for a while. It's the same story. Almost every one of us has that same story. We were heavily into this when it was new back in 2003, and then we did life for a while, and are coming back to it here in our middle age. And here we go. Green flag back in the air. Matt Watkins leads us to green. Man, everybody got squirrely through the dog leg, it looked like, but they hang on to it. Watkins and Christopherson checking out. I think Matt Ace got a piece of the wall. He's going backwards there. Rick Castle got the parachute out. No caution.
Yeah, no caution.
Mike Mallon making a move, taking Chris Beckman with him underneath the 83 of Steve Weber. Adam Simonik a lap down there in the 6 car, just looking for someplace to get out of the way. It's so hard in that dog leg.
Homers for the 124.
I'm watching the 40 of the highway, man.
Oh, the 24 into the wall.
That sends Jason Dulfer all the way to the apron in avoidance.
Mike Mallon into the wall there. Dude,
he's wall sucked, and hopefully he can hold it down. Looks like he does. Oh, I heard tires squealing. Someone's around.
Got something going on here.
I heard tires squealing just as I cut away there.
Big
Caution is
wreck.
out. Caution is out.
Ross Ferguson and Tom G.G. Reese.
Looks like maybe they were trying to get
Caution
underneath.
is out.
Yes. Oh, they wrecked hard on the front stretch here. All right, so this all goes back. As we pointed out, let me get backed up a little further here.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
That's a
All
bad
right,
one.
so we pointed out Mike Mallon here in the 24 getting stuck up against the wall sucked or wall glued as we call it. Bounces off, tries to get it back under control, but now that's forces TG
Yeah.
behind him to react. He spins across Pop's nose. They catch that inside wall really hard, and then DJ Sorrentino gets a piece of that too.
Sorrentino in the Sunoco car. Bam.
Let's see what where DJ comes into this, how hard he hit.
Sometimes because you're always looking in your mirror. Oh no, he gets hit by the spinning pops.
Yeah, you almost had it clear, but this track kicks back to the outside, and it kicked DJ pretty hard there.
Yeah, he spun right in front of the 99.
It's a hard contact for all three of those cars. Rick Castle heading down pit road right now to get some of his damage fixed after his little excursion.
Okay,
before
reset,
that.
13 to go. What do, driver? Slim, stay out, obviously.
Run what you brought.
You got what you got, you know. There's no more games to play. You got what you got.
Yeah, I'm right there with Slim. At this point, with 13 cars in the lead lap with less than 10 to go, it's run what you brung and hope it's enough.
I mean, I should say driver to Sean, too, because he's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's pretty good at this.
He's won
I've
a
had
few
some success.
races.
I got lucky a few times.
But we had Slim in here, so we're going to call him driver. Okay, we got Chris Beckman. What's up, Chris?
Just hanging out, man. Lost a lot of track position on that pit stop thing.
Yeah, but you gained almost all of it back now, sitting there in fifth.
Chris, I just got to let you know you got 4 more positions to make up because I picked you tonight.
You're not supposed to let him know that.
He's still P5, bro, and you got Dan Jones, and he's got places to go and people to see, so.
I'm going to just tell Chris now that he's in here. Pass me a pie.
Unfortunately, Slim,
I just give it in now, man.
I think our short pitting hurt us a little bit tonight, but yeah, we'll see what we got.
Yeah, it did. It did mess you up a little bit, but I don't know that anybody had anything for Matt. He's got the tires figured out for sure.
I think if the short pit strategy had worked out, if you got in the green run, I think you were in a good spot because you came out. Yeah. You came out pretty good on the first cycle.
Go up and challenge there, Matt Watkins here.
I had to try something like Slim was saying. Matt's so fast. I thought I better try and get clever, you know.
Well, that's what he do. He gets in your head. Dude is a rocket, you know, and he's just solid, you know. I mean, after a while, you start thinking, you know, he's not going to make a mistake. He's going to challenge everything, so I have to something bigger to beat him, you know. And that's status quo this year at FSB. It's pretty much been when the 15 shows up, he is the dominant car on the track.
Well, I could probably talk Dan into moving over for you. I can probably send him a little money, and he'll probably move over for you, Chris. I'll get you closer to a podium anyway.
I want you up there to challenge Matt Watkins, everybody. See how the race goes there.
We've had a pretty good comeback already. I'm pretty happy coming back to fifth. We'll see what happens. We have a few laps left anyway.
Well, you got Ryan Johnson behind you too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got the freshest tires on the track, although he's heat cycled them now. So we'll see how that comes into play.
Is behind him, and he looks pretty strong. What do you do, drivers? Gotta try to beat him at the start and get a run off of turn 2 to get him in turn 3, right? I mean, you gotta. This is your chance right here. You got to buck up and get on the wheel and get it done right now.
I mean, everybody makes mistakes. You just got to put some pressure on him and hope he, get a little help or something.
Has he had a pattern with his restarts here? Do you think he's going to try something different? Or can
I don't
you
know about
jump him
that.
right here? You
I'll-
got to try to... Can't pass him before the line. We all
He's
know
one of the-
that. But
He's one of the best in the business when it comes to restarts. So
I'll tell you what is
Yeah,
different about this
sure is.
restart,
But you
though.
got to try. If you want
is-
to beat him, you got to try. You got to take a risk here.
no
What
doubt.
is different about this restart compared to the others, though, is that these are old tires that have been heated and cooled a couple times here on a couple of short intense runs. They haven't restarted on tires in this condition yet today.
Still gotta
Could
dog
someone
him.
could someone spin it?
That's
Yeah,
very
you can
possible.
you often see tires spin when you take restarts late in the race on worn tires. I know all too well. I've thrown races away that way, but we are about to
Here
go
we
back
go.
to green here on lap 93 of 100.
Does he have a pattern? Can you feed off it? Not too much. I mean,
Beckman just made a power move on that.
He just powered it by Dan Jones on the outside. I'm pretty sure Dan saw that coming and was just like, "Yep, I got nothing for you."
All right,
there we go.
my man's pushing on third now.
Oh, he is on a mission, folks.
I drafted the Matt Ace there and not able to make that move. Matt Strong on the outside there.
Yeah, he'll get it this time.
Yeah, outside can hang through 1 and 2, not so much through 3 and 4. Matt knew that, wisely rolled out of it, tried the crossover to no avail.
Well, you see the evolution.
Oh, here comes the crossover.
Matt
Never
Ace
mind.
here, definitely starting to feel comfortable. We're racing these guys for a while now, and there's still side by side between them. Matt Watkins, car and half link here.
Hey, here's something else we haven't thought of. The 41 and the 59, they were the guys that were the tail end of the lead lap cars. So that last caution come out, they've got a little bit fresher tires.
That's what I was saying before about 59 having the freshest tires. I know because I know he stopped again after he was already on the lead lap. 41's probably a little fresher
15
too.
here. Maybe he's got something for him. Starting to work him. Still car and a half. 2 cars between them. 95 of 100. 6 to go. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, he really needs to make quick work of that 40 if he wants to get up to Matt
Gotta
Watkins
get
at all.
close to him. Try to take the air off him. And upset to go here.
He needs to build the run right here through the front
Pretty
stretch and the
hard
dog
to
legs.
upset this guy, but here we go.
You get so close to that wall.
He's using every bit of the track, every bit of the car. He's got nothing to lose. No points concerns for the 41. As you mentioned before, Ryan Johnson with those fresher tires, he's starting to go to work on the 19 as Matt Ace.
Christopherson does, though. These are good points for him, but it'd be better if he gets the win.
Now we're getting down to
Should be
legal
able to
blocking
see
this time
those
by.
points after the race here. Come on, son. Get
2 to
on
go.
Yep, blocking is legal now.
As you're on
it.
this. Oh, yellow flag,
40,
yellow flag.
drives it hard, like he stole it.
That's because this is the yellow
He
flag,
loses
Wilty. This is for the win.
loses that time back.
Do you hear us?
Come on, son. Get him. Come on. Come on.
Oh, he almost hits
Ooh.
Matt Watkins. That's about as close as you can get. And there you go. Back to the yellow and for the win.
I'm sorry.
Matt Watkins. Jim Christopherson. and Chris Beckman. I still have to finish this under
Great
yellow,
race.
but that's going to be your...
Unless they park in the pits.
Yeah, unless they pull a
Mark
Mark Martin or blow up under caution. That's your finishing top 3 right there.
Good thing I told
Wow.
Chris to go on the outside because I blew third.
Oh,
Awesome race, man. They did not disappoint.
they did not. This track
As
delivered.
usual.
But let's
Great
see if we can
racing.
find out what brought out that final caution anyway. Wow. Oh my goodness. Without looking, who do you think the first car I found involved was?
I'm not
24.
It was poor Dave Ellens.
Oh,
Once
yeah, of
again
course.
caught up in a crash that may or may not have been of his own doing. But here,
We,
let's take
we
a
have
look.
to get him up here and
So he's
give him the
he's
hard
there.
luck
That
award
pink
for
Cadillac's
tonight.
got Rick Castle behind him. Gets a little tap, and then looks like Jason Dulfer gets bound up off the corner. In between the tap and the bind up in front of him, oh, TJ Sorrentino gets a piece too. And the pink Cadillac retired on the spot.
Sometimes it's not your night.
at least
Tough,
115
tough
got in the
night.
news a lot tonight. So
Yeah, you got the breast cancer awareness scheme some airtime tonight, but your winner, Matt Watkins, have to give us a smoke show probably.
Well, he's got a lot of practice at it, so.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you came through tonight, Sean.
My pick wins. How about that? The jinx is lifted.
It's not really a surprise, but I sure was pulling for my man.
Oh, he made a show of it for sure.
Well, all of our picks, they all did well.
Yes, they
Two
did.
of-
They were all in top 5.
That's right.
Yeah, 3 of the top 4 were our picks tonight, so that's a pretty good record considering how often we jinx people by picking them.
I guess I brought a little good luck tonight.
Slim, how come you're not racing with us?
I took the season off pretty much, so
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
gonna start back next season. I might run one more race this season.
Oh, thanks for giving us all a chance over here.
Oh, I'm not even gonna say anything to that.
All right, so we'll send Milty
That
down
is
to
fine
gather up our
finish.
podium finishers, who are once again Chris Beckman, Jim Christopherson, and Matt Watkins. I'll run through the rest of the finishing order. Matt Ace, that was Milty's pick. He had a strong run there in 4th. They definitely knew he was there tonight. Good stuff out of the planners, Peanuts, Monte Carlo. Ryan Johnson, your series admin, Mr. Where Did He Come From, comes back from the lap down to finish 5th. Dan Jones, and those old tires and loss of 3rd gear kind of cost him there at the finish. Our in-race reporter there finishes 6th. Steve Weber, the Big Cactus, former Winston Cup champion, 7th place there. Jammin' Jason Dulfer in the 63 is 8th. Rick Castle, last week's Indy winner, had a rough night tonight, but soldiers on for a top 10. 9th place run for Rick Castle. And DJ Sorrentino, who again hit just about everything that wasn't nailed down out there tonight. He got caught up in almost as many as the 115. And again, not of his own doing, any of them as far as I could tell. But he ends up rounding out your top 10 with T.G. Reese, last car in the lead lap. Adam Simonik toughing it out for a 12th place finish there, 2 laps down. Dave Ellens retired in lucky 13th after that final hit that put the end to his night there. And I think Milty has gathered up our podium.
Points
And
are
I'll
up.
let you take it away. And Ryan's got the points up. I just refreshed it. There you go. Matt Watkins to a commanding 29-point lead over Rick Castle. 40 over the 40. Jim Christopherson. Ryan Johnson jumps up 3. Matt Ace jumps up 3 to round out your top 5. All right, Milty, you got your podium guys here? Do we have Milty?
Chris Beckman in P3 there sniffing out the 15 all night. Just couldn't quite get it done, but great podium finish.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. We had a good comeback considering we were lap down there with not too many laps left. It was fun. Would have liked to maybe had some more laps or another shot at him, but I don't think it would have made a difference. Matt was pretty tough.
Well, first he had to get by the 40, and he was not going to make that easy. But what lessons did you carry with you from the Tuesday night chicken run, where you were pretty much dominant in that one, as far as I could see? And how'd that translate over to tonight?
It was tough. I wanted to be a little easier on my tires, but qualifying on the pole, I had to run the car a lot harder on that first run than I really would have otherwise. And that kind of put me on a different strategy from where I wanted to be. But all in all, great run. Anytime you're running third, you're doing all right.
Yeah, that's always the case when you get up on pole there. You have, the guys behind you have, they can pace themselves off you. So you're the pace car.
You're the rabbit.
Yep, 10-4.
Well, good job there. I mean, especially coming back from that lap down to end up third. That's a hell of a run there. They definitely knew the Buttermobile was there tonight. So congrats, Chris, and good to see you back on the track more lately. Hopefully we'll see more of that in the future. Meanwhile, second place. Yeah, the Highwayman. Third in points, second tonight. Man, what more did you need there?
Well, I tell you what, I was riding really happy behind Matt there while that was green flag for that long green flag run. I thought this was going to work out great because I think I pitted, I'm not sure, but I think I pitted maybe a little bit after Matt. Anyway, I was able to get back up with him, and then it was just the two of us were going to run to the end. It's going to be great. But then we got the NASCAR version of Chinese water torture, and it didn't work out that way. But it was a good run. I'm happy with it. And congrats to Matt, and congrats to Chris. Chris definitely had a fast car tonight. I was probably slowing down, but I wasn't going to let him get around me easy.
Oh, that's what you had to do, man.
Yeah, Matt in that, the sequence, the first pit stop to the second pit stop, where he got the track position and then did not relinquish. So it was, you moved up and got to his tail, and you had a strong car there. I thought maybe might put a bumper on him, but never. To restart, I was sitting there in the broadcast going like, get up on him, get up. And you did, but you raced him clean, and you got a great P2 out of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't. If I took the bumper to him, it wouldn't be intentional, Matt. Honestly.
Yeah, heck with that. Hit that guy. So
No,
we
he
have
was
Matt
fast.
Watkins, man. Winner chicken dinner. Great job, man. Stayed there back about P6 and analyzed the situation, saved the tires the first run. It was, after the caution.
Yeah, we saw that. It dropped back.
And then, you just moved up there and mowed them down, like you do, You adapted. Then once you got in the lead, then you kept it, Great race.
Thank you. Yeah. Did not expect that on this track. I thought it might be about a fourth or fifth where I qualified at. And just found something on that first long run, and once we actually got the lead from that long run, kind of just were able to get a good pace and ride it, and then got a little scared at the end because those guys were definitely better on short runs, and they were coming, so those laps couldn't click down fast enough to hold those guys up. They were tough.
Well, good news for you, though, is you got more than a race lead with 29 points, with the max points being 24 for a race, with 4 to go here. So pretty much, if you just maintain that for 3 more weeks, you can take the last one off, and you'll have yourself another Winston Cup.
It will get a little exciting because I'll be out of town for Talladega, so I need that lead.
Well, there you go. That's your one race.
So.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that earlier in the year that you were going to have to miss one race. So.
Yeah, stay away from Tanya Harding there, Matt.
I'll try my best. Thank you.
It's gonna be your braking knee, your left knee.
Right.
Well, you don't need that for Talladega.
No, not at all.
And speaking of that, the final, let's see, the schedule down the stretch here. Did I just open the wrong? I opened the wrong series. Because I know what I'm doing in the forum. Schedule settings.
Well, if you don't
All right.
know what you're doing, we're in a world.
Yeah, so Talladega is November 19th. That is the next to last race there. So yeah, you're just looking to make it exciting for the season finale on December 3rd at Atlanta 97. That's all you're trying to do there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As we take the Thanksgiving week off in between that. But next week we're at Texas Night, the SRA version. That's probably a new track you're gonna have to download, Milty. Just telling you ahead of time. Memphis.
Good luck with
Talladega and Atlanta 97 to finish it off. So some strong, fast tracks to finish it. Not a lot of braking needed there at all. So she's gonna have to hit your throttle knee instead. But
No.
as we kid there, but great run, Matt, as it's been all season. Looking forward to a strong stretch run here. The final 4 races, final third of the season here as we wrap up season 41 and look towards 42 and 2022. It's crazy to think this year is winding down already. Time's been weird the last couple of years, man. Time's been weird. But we're glad you're all out here with us, joining us, watching us every week out there in YouTube chat.
18 years strong.
Yeah.
FSBRacing.com.
Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. We thank our podium finishers for joining us here in the post-race show. Jim Christopherson, Chris Beckman, and Matt Watkins. Thanks for checking in. And of course, Chris for in-race reporting, along with Dan Jones there. It's good to get some insight throughout the race. Thanks, Slim, for pinch hitting in here, sitting in the third seat here. As always, my partner, Milty, joining me in Sound and Vision from California. Our series admin, Ryan Johnson, keeping things running, getting those points updated. Our series sponsor, Farmer Brothers Contracting, putting up the hardware these guys are racing for. We miss you, Bill Farmer. Get back out on the track some more. Come on, man. And Will Farmer, he's off doing the college student thing. Hopefully he gets back out on here some more, too.
Yeah,
and of course,
after 18 years,
Sam Young.
I've realized that, it only takes so much time, and dudes will be back. They got to do life.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And, of course, Sam Young keeping the league doors open, keeping this sim going. We appreciate all you do to keep FSB running, Sammy. And until next week, I've been your host, Sean Reap, and we'll see you in Texas.